This is Cody with Baylor Recording. In this video, I'm going to show how I edit the toms. This is right after I edit the timing on the drums. I'm going to be going in and only retaining the actual tom hits and taking out all the bleed. But I'm also going to be doing this in a musical way so that it's not noticeable. There's other ways to do this with gates or some sort of automatic method, but I prefer to do it manually. I seem to have better results in the end, and that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so we'll start with the tom, the high tom. We'll go to the floor tom later. So as you can see here, all this stuff is bleed. And then these peaks, looks like there's about 4 spots where they actually hit the toms, so we'll check that out. Okay, so there's the first one. So what I do is I make sure that tabbed transient is enabled right here. Make sure it's blue. Go to, I prefer to do this in slip mode, so it's not, my cursor's not going to one of these lines on the grid. So I click there right before this tom hit, and then you hit tab. It's going to start right at the transient. So now I'm going to cut it. So there. And then there's nothing before there. So we'll go ahead and take that out. So what I do is I go until I see another drum hit on the bleed. So then we can cut it there and it's not noticeable instead of cutting it in a random spot. And then you could, come mix time, you could definitely tell that there's an edit there. So let's listen to this. So there's actually a kick hit right here. I could cut the tom right there. So let's see if the tab to transient grabs anything. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and do it there. Could have also done it there. So that's the choice you'll have to make. I'm really trying to take out the crash cymbal and cymbal bleed, so when it goes back to that kick on the downbeat, it's pretty noticeable. So we'll see what that sounds like. Let's hear what it sounds like in context. These toms are pretty dead sounding, so I'm okay with that. If there was quite a bit more decay on the toms, then I would have definitely cut it at that second transient. Okay, so let's go through. Here's the next one. Okay, so there's the kick. And here's it in context. Okay, here's the next one. Since he's doing a fill and he goes the floor tom, I'm going to opt to go ahead and cut it on this one. Ultimately, I'm trying to get the most natural results with the least amount of cymbal bleed, so kind of have to make a decision on each one. Okay, here's the next spot. So it's not really grabbing when he goes to the kick right here. So I can actually kind of see it where it drops a little bit. So I'm going to go and cut it myself without using the tab to translate on that one. There we go, that one sounds okay. Also, the overheads, they'll have a little bit of the decay that kind of happened right here, so I'm completely fine with this because the alternative is crash cymbal bleed, and this way I can EQ the toms more how I want instead of having to make decisions based upon the amount of bleed that's coming through the tom mics, so trying to leave myself more options for later. So that's it on the toms. On the high tom, that is. So we'll go to the floor tom now. So this is all the bleed on the floor tom mic. It looks like it just hits the floor tom once on this. It's a pretty soft hit. So that's literally the only floor tom hit. So there you go. Now we just got to put some quick fades on there so there's no popping or clicking. Make sure you highlight all of them. Command F. Just going to put one quick millisecond fade on there just to get out any pops. And if you like, you can consolidate these, or you can leave them. Now you can visually see that all this bleed's taken out, and we have clean tom hits that when we're mixing, we don't have to worry about too much high-end bleed on the cymbals coming through. That's it. Have a good one.